Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, my name is Bikramjit Singh. I'm a medical doctor by profession, and I'm originally from Hoshiarpur area of Punjab. Now I live in Brampton. Okay, this is my assistant Harleen Sandhu. She helped me with the preparation of this presentation. Okay, I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. The purpose of this presentation is to get a better understanding about the situation in Punjab and what Punjab needs to do going forward. Okay, at the end of the presentation, we'll have some time for a question and answer period. If anybody wants to ask any questions, please feel free to ask. Save your questions till the end, and we would like to have some questions, and we'll try to answer them best as much as we can. Okay, so at the end of the presentation, all of you should have a better understanding and be confident enough to educate others about Punjab. Okay, so we can get started. Okay, Punjab has been controlled by the central government of India since 1947. Many believe for Punjab, Punjabi to survive, Punjab needs to have political and economical independence. Okay, so I'm going to make some compelling and convincing arguments why Punjab needs to go on its own. Okay, so next we can get okay. Today Punjab is facing many challenges. As you can see, the Punjabi language and culture is getting eroded, it's being diluted. The economy is stagnant, high inflation, very high unemployment, rampant drug use, emigration. People are leaving Punjab, corruption, declining water table, declining healthcare and standard of education. So Punjab finds itself in a hole and it's being left behind. In order to come out of this, Punjab needs to change itself. It has to come out of status quo. Okay, next slide. So Punjab needs to reinvent and reinvigorate itself. So I'm going to discuss different topics and give you compelling evidence why Punjabis and Punjab will be better off on its own. Okay, so I'm going to talk about geography, I'm going to talk about language and culture, I'm going to talk about politics, water, and the economy. I'm going to also refer to the Constitution of India, which is governing that state. Okay, so let's talk about geography first. Okay, Punjab finds itself in the northwest part of the Indian subcontinent at the border of Pakistan, which shares the same language as Punjab. So there's a Punjab region of Pakistan which shares the same language of Punjab that we're discussing. Punjab is considered to be a landlocked state, just like Nepal and Bhutan. Both Nepal and Bhutan also border India, and they are landlocked states. They don't have access to sea. They are surviving. So Punjab, even though it's landlocked, it can still survive. Being landlocked, it means it does not have access to seaport. There's no direct access. So right now, Punjab has been using seaports of India, okay, like Kandla seaport in Gujarat, Bombay seaport in Maharashtra, Calcutta seaport in West Bengal. If you look at the distance from Ludhiana, which is the main industrial city of Punjab, we notice the distance from Ludhiana to the closest seaport of Kandla is about 1,300 kilometers. If you look at the distance from Ludhiana to Karachi seaport, we see a distance of about 1,100 kilometers. So this is a difference of about 200 kilometers. At this time, Punjab has no access to Karachi seaport. If Punjab became independent, it would negotiate with the Pakistan government and have access to Karachi seaport. This seaport access would save freight costs, it would save time for transportation of goods. Saving on freight costs can lead to savings for Punjabis. Goods would be cheaper for Punjabis. And freight costs being cheaper would be cheaper for industries to export. So export costs would be cheaper. So both industries will have more profits, which would improve the economy, and the consumers, Punjabis, would be spending less on goods. So they will have more spending powers, they would be saving money. Okay. Now, there's the Sindh area of Pakistan. Sindh area of Pakistan is quite rich in coal. Coal is used for generating electricity in Punjab. Okay? Coal makes up most of the electricity in Punjab. So at this time, Punjab is getting coal from eastern states of India, like Bihar or Jharkhand, which is quite far away from Punjab. If Punjab was independent, they could get coal from Sindh area of Pakistan, which is close to the border. So this again would be much closer to Punjab than the eastern states of India like Bihar and Jharkhand. Furthermore, the coal supply has been inconsistent. Punjab does have infrastructure for electricity generation through coal, but not enough coal is reaching the Punjab thermal plants. So if Punjab could get coal from Sindh province of Pakistan, it would have less freight costs, it would have more coal available to generate electricity. So freight costs means cheaper electricity for Punjabis. Punjabis will have to pay less for electricity. Now, Sindh province also has a supply of oil. Okay? Pakistan exports crude oil, which comes from the Sindh province. It can export 25,000 barrels of crude oil. So Punjab, being right next to Pakistan, can have crude oil coming in from Sindh province. And the oil that comes from Sindh, it's in crude form, it could be refined in a refinery in Bathinda. There's an oil refinery in Bathinda from where oil can be sent to different parts of Punjab. Also, there have been talks about a pipeline from Iran to India. There have been just talks. The plan was not finalized because of international sanctions that came up against Iran. So this pipeline could also be diverted to Punjab. So oil can move via pipeline to Punjab area of Bathinda area of Punjab, where there's oil refinery and oil could be refined and distributed. There have been talks about natural gas coming into India from northern area of Turkmenistan through a pipeline via Afghanistan and Pakistan. So that plan is also on a hold because of militancy in Afghanistan. So Punjab, sitting where it is, it can have cheaper way of oil to get to Punjab. So right now, due to India's control, the Pakistan sources are not being used in Punjab. So this is creating prices that are a little high for consumers. If sources from Pakistan would be used, prices would be cheaper. So Punjabis would be saving money. Okay, so right now the oil is coming from Middle East through Bombay and Gujarat and being sent to Punjab. So this is a more expensive way of oil reaching Punjab. So oil may be artificially higher than it really has to be. So Punjabis can save more money when they have access to Pakistan supply. Okay, next slide. Okay, now Pakistan sits at the border of, Punjab sits at the border of Pakistan. India and Pakistan do not enjoy good relations. They have fought 3 wars. Another war almost came into effect in 2000 when some gunmen attacked the Indian parliament. India threatened a war at that time. So during that time, there was a heavy military equipment movement through Punjab. So Punjabis are unnecessarily being put at risk due to poor relations between Pakistan and India. So if there's a war that breaks out, we must understand there are skirmishes taking place regularly. In Kashmir, there's gunfire from Pakistan side, India side, and that could escalate into a war. If a war does break out, it can cause serious damage, and Punjabis will be in the front of it. Okay, without any fault of being Punjabis, without any fault of their own, Punjabis are at risk, are being exposed to a possible war that breaks out. And this war can cause severe damage because both India and Pakistan have nuclear weapons. So if independent Punjab came about, it would act as a buffer. It would separate it would separate India and Pakistan and keep them apart, hopefully diffuse tensions in that region, and Punjabis can live more safely and more securely. Okay. So now I want to talk about language and culture. Okay. The language spoken in Punjab is Punjabi, which is over 550 years old. Hindi that we hear today is about 150 years old. Hindi is the national language of India. If we refer to Article 351, okay, Article 351 of the Indian Constitution, okay, Article 351, it says it is the duty of the Union, it is duty of Delhi to spread and promote Hindi language. Okay, this article puts Punjabi at risk. It threatens Punjabi. Okay, a UN organization in 2008 put out a report that said Punjabi language may be extinct in 50 years. So that's an alarming report. The Punjabis must take note of that. If we look at some world leaders, there's a Russian leader, Mr. Putin. He has been heard saying Russia will take steps to safeguard Russian language in different countries. Even a German Chancellor, Merkel, has expressed her concern with Modi, Indian Prime Minister Modi, about German being not taught in Indian schools. Okay, so language issue is important. We Punjabis should also take this seriously. Okay, so language is at threat. Okay, in Punjabi language is being threatened by the Indian Constitution. So Punjabis must take step to safeguard it. Okay, next slide. Okay, now there's another Article 44. Okay, which Article 44 also talks about a uniform civil code, which basically addresses issues like birth, death, adoption, marriage, divorce, inheritance. Okay, there are talks about imposing a civil code throughout the country. Punjabis have their own views of these issues. So if a civil code which addresses the interests, the civil interests of the majority in other parts of India, if that is imposed, it would put the Punjabi interests at risk. Okay, so we have to take note of that as well. A civil code is going to put Punjabi civil interests at risk. Okay, so culture, these civil issues make part of the culture. So the culture is being threatened. If you look at Europe, Europe is a big continent. It's got several countries. These countries share pretty well the same religion. All European countries follow Christianity, Catholic Christianity, but they're separate. The reason for their separation is because they have their own language and culture. So a language, culture alone is a big enough issue for separate Punjab. If Punjab stays as it is, if we follow what the government of government of India is doing, recently a new government has come into power. They are sort of promoting the agenda of RSS. RSS is the ideologue of the BJP party. The chief of RSS, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, has been heard saying that Hinduism has the capacity to swallow other religions. The culture of India is associated with Hinduism. Hindu is the culture of India. So this puts other minorities at risk. This is a challenge. It makes them insecure. Okay, so in order to come out of that insecurity, to protect the future, protect the language and the culture, Punjab must go on its own. Okay, so now if you look at population of Punjab, it's made up of indigenous people who have been Punjabis all their life, their ancestors, etc. They have been living in Punjab. There has been people moving into Punjab from other parts, and these make up about 10%. 10% population is non-Punjabi in Punjab. These people are usually laborers from low socio-economic background. They don't have too much money to invest in Punjab. They don't have high education. So they don't contribute in a meaningful way in Punjab. So, and they tend to have more children. Over time, their proportional in Punjab population will increase. So the percentage of Punjabi people in Punjab would decrease as compared to the migrants who have come into Punjab looking for better opportunities. So Punjab has to save its language and culture. It is not happening now. There's a serious threat to it. So over time, there's a real risk to Punjabi language and culture going extinct. So in order to do that, it must consolidate, it must control its borders, it must control its language. Okay, now I want to talk about the political system. Sorry? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that'll be all right. Thanks. Okay, so if you look at the political system, Punjab is considered a socialist democratic state. Every 5 years, Punjabis elect a government. This government has the authority to introduce and implement bills and laws. Now, the President of India does appoint a governor for the Punjab state. This governor overlooks the functioning of the Punjab government. So the Punjab government has the authority to make and implement bills. These bills have to be approved by the state governor. If the governor does not approve the bills don't get passed. If the governor is not sure about the bill, he can refer to the president's office, who may pass or reject the bill. So in this way, the functioning of the Punjab government is undermined, and it cannot function independently. Okay, the central government can pass any bills, and these bills can override the bills passed in the state. And the state governments have to be in compliance to the bills passed by the central government. If the state government is not compliant, the government can be dismissed. Okay, the democratically elected government of any state, we're talking about Punjab here, can be dismissed by the central government if it is not in compliance with the bills passed by the central government. Okay, so Punjab needs to have its own authority to pass and implement bills, not be under influence, not be under control of central government. Okay, now Punjab also elects 13 MPs who go to Delhi. They join other MPs and make up 542 MPs throughout the country. So these 13 MPs that go from Punjab supposedly represent the interests of Punjab. However, this is a very small number. These MPs do not have enough authority to challenge any bills that could be adverse to Punjab. If you look at 1985, the central government passed and implemented a bill called TADA, which is Terrorist and Disruptive Activities Act. This bill was criticized by many authorities, especially the human rights authorities. It was found to be too draconian, anti-democratic. And this bill directly challenged the security and dignity of the Punjabis. And this bill ended up being passed. 13 MPs could not oppose this bill. Okay, the Punjabis are by nature revolutionaries. They advocate change. They're not afraid of a change for the better. So these bills that are passed by the central government do affect the security and the dignity of Punjabis. There are other bills that are also considered draconian, such as next one, Armed Forces Special Powers Act, and there's another bill called UAPA. These bills are all draconian. They're too harsh. They affect the dignity. They affect the civil rights of citizens. These are implemented throughout India, but they challenge Punjabis more because Punjabis are revolutionaries. They resist and rise, and they advocate change. So Punjabis don't have to live under these threats. They have to go on their own and not be exposed to these bills. Okay? So again, the political system is controlled by the central government of India. Punjab has to have its own control. It has to have the right to make its own bills that look after the interests of Punjab and Punjabi, and bills that promote economic growth. At this time, this is not the situation. The present situation, present setup does not allow that. Okay, so I want to move on. Okay, now next slide. Keep going. Okay, now I want to talk about water. Okay, there are three main rivers that flow into Punjab. Okay, they come from the Himalayas through Kashmir and into Punjab. The main rivers are Satluj, Beas, and Ravi. Okay, they are very essential for the well-being of Punjabis. Okay, the river water has many uses. It is used for drinking, it's used for industry, it's used for agriculture. It's got many uses. So if you look at Article 262 of the Indian Constitution, the central government has full control of these rivers. The courts, Supreme Court, High Courts do not have any jurisdiction of these rivers. So central government is in complete control. Okay, so Punjab is not getting, and there's water, river water is leaving Punjab. It's being siphoned to neighboring states like Haryana, like Rajasthan, even Delhi. So Punjab is not getting any royalty or any compensation for that. Now, during times of flooding, there have been big floods in Punjab, especially in 1988. There was a lot of damage done in Punjab. Punjab was basically left on its own to recover from these flooding. Central government provided assistance based on what Punjab put up, whereas Rajasthan and Haryana, who were getting waters from Punjab, there was no obligation for them to assist Punjab in recovery. Okay, so river water is leaving Punjab, and Punjab is not getting the compensation for it. According to riparian law, the land through which a river flows has full right to that water. Okay, and the riparian principle is not being followed here. So 75% of river water is siphoned out of Punjab. This 75% of water being siphoned out is leading to shortage of water in Punjab, which is affecting the lives of Punjabis, it's affecting the operations of businesses, and it's affecting the economy. Okay, for Punjabis to realize the potential of their economy, they need full control of these river waters. Okay. Now, the other issue related to water is the declining water table. The water table is the level of the water below the surface of the earth. So over time, water has been extracted from the surface on the ground and the level is going down. This water that's being extracted is being used for drinking and mainly for irrigation. Okay, so the water level is going down. Scientists have predicted the water level has decreased by 60 centimeters every year. In some parts of Punjab, water is more than 50 meters deep. It is unknown how much water there is under the surface of the earth. It can dry up anytime. And if the water dries up, river water is getting evaporated, there could be a serious shortage of drinking water in Punjab in the next 20 to 30 years. Okay, and now water extraction, if repeated continuous extraction of water from the surface of the earth can increase the risk of earthquakes. So earthquake is a possibility with water extraction. So now most of the water that's being extracted is for agriculture use. Okay, Punjab farmers are on a cycle of wheat and rice. First half of the year they grow wheat. Second half they grow rice. Rice extracts a lot of water. It needs a lot of water for growth. Farmers are producing these crops because there's a MSP, which is a minimum support price. Central government of India has set a minimum support price on these two crops. The minimum support price is a sort of an income security for the farmers. So farmers tend to grow wheat and rice because they know what income they can expect from the crop output. If they go for other crops like sugarcane or corn, they could still have a good decent income, but it's uncertain what income they would get from that crop. So in order to have a secure income and they can plan their spending, they opt out for rice and wheat. Now, if Punjab government had its own agriculture policy, they would implement MSP for other crops as well. For example, sugarcane and corn. If they have a minimum support price, the Punjab farmers would grow those crops. If they grow those crops, that would extract less water from the surface of the earth. So water would be conserved. So steps need to be taken to conserve the water. There is a serious risk of Punjab drying up. Okay, drinking water, a shortage of drinking water is a serious possibility in the next 20 to 30 years. Okay, so since Punjab is mainly an agriculture state at this time, it needs to take control of agriculture policy. MSP, minimum support price, is set by the central government. It has to be set by the Punjab state. Punjab state must take over and set its own MSP, which is beneficial for the state, beneficial for the Punjabis, and beneficial for the farmers. Okay. Now I want to move on to economy. Okay, in the areas of economy, I want to cover three main areas. One is employment. Okay, employment is very, very important for Punjabis. Punjabis need to have employment so they can look after their families. They can look after the well-being of their families. They will have money coming in. They can feed their families well. They can give them good education, and they can give them good health care as needed. So right now, the population of Punjab is 27 million approximately. And if we assume a growth rate of 2%, the population of Punjab is increasing by about 500,000 every year. So 500,000 people are coming up in Punjab, and let's say if half of them are males, this ratio may be off, but for discussion's sake, let's say 50% of 500,000 people are males, that makes 250,000 people. So these 250,000 people are entering the workforce every year. They're looking for jobs. Every year, 250,000 jobs need to be created in Punjab to break even. And this is not happening. Punjab has got virtually no job creation, no job growth. So Punjabis are looking elsewhere for jobs. They're going to Middle East in uncertain, unsafe conditions. You know what happened? Punjabis went to Iraq, and there was some uprising, military operations. Some Punjabis may still be stuck there. Some may have been killed. It's unknown. Fate of some Punjabis is unknown. And in Dubai, about 20 Punjabis were given a death sentence. Right? So there are risks for Punjabis in leaving Punjab. They're going to other parts of the country. Some are risking their lives and life savings and try to come here to Canada, to US. Okay, again, without any surety. So job situation is grave in Punjab. Jobs have to be created. Okay, next slide. Now, if jobs are not created, it leads to many problems. It leads to poverty. Okay, it leads to crime. So these unemployed people get suckered into crime, organized crime, mafia, drug trade, robberies, gangs. These things happen. Drug use. Okay, so people are free, nothing to do, start taking drugs. Family disharmony, so families break up. They are unable to look after each other. They get psychosocial problems. People end up getting depressed, anxiety. Okay, so these are poor education for the family, poor health care. So these are serious problems that Punjabis are facing now because of high unemployment. Okay, so at this time, very few jobs are being created. So in order to create jobs, Punjab has to have a good climate for employers, for businesses, for entrepreneurs. And Punjab has very little has no control to create a good environment. To create a good environment, they have to give tax incentives, they have to have good labor laws so the employers don't get discouraged. They have to have a land acquisition which is easy for the companies who want to buy land or lease land to open up a factory. All these issues are involved in order to attract employers. So at this time, Punjab doesn't have much control on how to attract employers into Punjab to create jobs. You may recall, central government of India gave a tax incentives to the neighboring states of Punjab. Okay, Haryana, sorry, I beg your pardon, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Jammu and Kashmir were given tax incentives. So tax incentives meant that employers starting a business in those states would get tax incentives. They would not have to pay income tax. They would not have to pay certain taxes. So that was really attractive for some employers. And some employers left Punjab. They left Punjab and moved to neighboring states, leaving Punjabis unemployed. Okay, this is a serious issue. So some consider that as a discriminatory move by the central government. If Punjab was independent, it would not be prone to those kind of moves. Okay, this can happen again. It happened before, 2003 to 2010. It can happen again. The central government can bring out the similar scheme and again pull out employers out of Punjab, leaving Punjabis unemployed. Okay, next slide. Now, Punjab sits right next to Pakistan. Pakistan is right at the doorstep. Due to relations between Islamabad and New Delhi, there's hardly any trade that goes along that border. Okay, it is the policy of Indian government which has kept the borders pretty well closed. Very little trade goes along that border. Now, Punjab is a victim of that policy. Punjab is unable to trade freely with Pakistan. If Pakistan and Punjab traded freely, there would be economic growth in Punjab. There would be more job opportunities. Okay, so this border needs to be opened up so Punjabi businesses can have access to Pakistan market and goods can move back and forth, which would create more jobs and benefit the economy. So with regards to employment, in summary, situation is very grim. Hardly any jobs are being created in Punjab. So in order for Punjab to create more jobs, it needs to have more control of its economic policies. It needs to have more control of its trade. It needs to have control of its borders. And all that is under control of the central government. So Punjab needs to get out of that and have its own policies. Now I want to move on to inflation. Inflation is the rise of prices over time and decrease in the buying power of the money. Okay, so inflation is basically price rise of goods over time. So when the prices are rising, the money has lower buying power. Something that could be bought for 100 rupees or $100, it cannot be bought for the same price next year. Okay, so that's inflation. Now the countries have a way to tackle that. They have a way to address inflation. Countries have a central bank that has the authority to set interest rates to tackle inflation. Canada has a central bank called Bank of Canada. USA has a central bank called Federal Reserve Bank. India has a bank called Reserve Bank of India. So these banks, it's a duty of these banks to create a favorable economic environment so economic growth can take place, to stabilize the currency of the country, third, control inflation. So India's Reserve Bank also has the authority to set interest rates to control inflation. Every month, inflation reading comes out. Statistics Department of India releases an inflation reading. So this reading considers inflation throughout the whole country. And 50% of the index is weighed by food. So food items have a 50% weightage in the inflation index reading. So inflation has been higher in India as compared to Punjab. Punjab has lower inflation than India. Okay, so food makes up 50% of the weightage as far as inflation reading is concerned. Food is abundant in Punjab. Punjab has abundant food supply. So inflation, in common sense, inflation would be low in Punjab. Okay, so now inflation, when reading is taken, it is whole country is considered. Other areas of Punjab have a high population growth. For example, UP has a high population growth than Punjab. And agricultural land is decreasing due to urbanization, population growth. So agricultural land is decreasing, number of people are going up, there will be more demand for food, and that food demand will put pressure, upward pressure on the prices. Punjab has abundant food supply, so theoretically inflation would be lower, should be lower in Punjab. So if Punjab was independent, it would have a low inflation reading, and the Central Bank of Punjab would set interest rates low. So low interest rates mean that the interest that Punjabis or consumers take out to buy a house, to buy a tractor, to buy a business, whatever, the interest rate payments would be much lower as compared to staying within India, where the interest rate payments are high because of high inflation, due to high inflation in other parts of the country outside of Punjab. So Punjab is feeling the effects of high inflation outside. So the inflation is causing high interest rates in Punjab. So Punjab, independent, would have more control of inflation and would have low interest rates. Right now, consumers, Punjabis, are paying 10% on mortgage. Over here, maybe 3%, right? And agriculture loan, 12, 13%. How to keep on making those kind of payments? Independent Punjab with low inflation would have much lower interest rates, which would make it easier for Punjabis. Okay, high inflation rate. Also, so see, the banks, Reserve Bank of India has set interest rate of 7.5%. If Punjab wanted to borrow money from central government of India, it would have to pay those kind of interest rates, 7.5%, 8%. It is doing it now. Punjab is paying these kind of interest rates to central government for the money that it borrowed. If Punjab was independent, it could seek out other places where they can get money from. There's the International Monetary Fund. They can loan out money for 3%. So Punjab can get money at 3% as compared to 7.5% to 8% like now. So this difference in interest rates can lead to savings for Punjab, which would money could be used for development and growth of Punjab. Okay, so very important that Punjab gets independent, has its own inflation, and has its own inflation policy. Likely, Punjab will have low inflation because food is abundant. So low inflation would lead to low interest rates, which would make lives of Punjabis easier. Less interest rate being paid to banks, more money in their pockets, more spending ability. Now I want to move on to taxes. We live in Canada, we live here, we are paying income tax, right? Businesses also pay income tax. Similarly, Punjabis are paying income tax. Income tax that is paid by Punjabis or Punjabi businesses, Punjabi organizations, is going to the Tax Department of India. Okay, so Tax Department of India is controlled by the central government of India. 68% of that money accumulated in form of tax revenue, the money that the central government of India has collected in form of taxes throughout the country, 32% of that goes back to the states. 68% it keeps for itself. So money is going out of Punjab, is going to the tax department, and the tax department is keeping 68% of that money. Okay, so 32% of the money gets distributed back to the states. It gets devolved. So money gets pooled. So India has collected, let's say, 100 rupees from all over. It would keep 68 rupees, 32 rupees it will give back to the states. So this 32 rupees going back to the states is not distributed evenly. India has about 27, 28 states. So it's not 32 divided by 28. The money is divided based on the status of the state. A state with a higher population would get more of that money. State with higher population of low socioeconomic people, such as, please allow me to say this, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, backward class. States that have more of those people get more money. And the economy of the state. So if the state has a poor economy, poor, lower GDP, they would get more money from the central government. So Punjab, being a relatively a good state, financially good state, it's considered a pretty good state in India, it would get less money as compared to UP, Uttar Pradesh, which has much higher population, which has much higher population of backward class, scheduled tribe, scheduled class people, and the economy of UP is lower compared to Punjab. So UP would get much higher share of that 32%, which is going back to the states. Okay, so states, Punjab is giving money to central government. And this money, if Punjab was independent, people in Punjab would still be paying income taxes, and that money would stay in Punjab, used for the development and growth of Punjab. Okay, so this Punjab has other tax income coming in, state taxes like okay, go back, sorry, back. Okay, it's got other taxes like property tax, excise tax, sales tax, all these taxes Punjab gets to keep for itself. However, these taxes are just meeting Punjab's financial obligations. Very little is being left for growth and development and enticing employers. So Punjab needs to have more control of its revenue. So tax revenue should stay in Punjab, and that money should be used for the well-being of Punjabis, should be used for job creation. Okay, so next slide. So income tax money that's leaving Punjab could stay in Punjab, right? And that money can be used in many different areas. It could be used for education of Punjabis. It could be used for healthcare of Punjabis. That money could be used for assisting farmers. Farmers often face difficult times. They could be given some subsidies, cheap seeds, diesel. These policies can be drafted later on, but just for our discussion here, farmers can get some money from the government for disaster relief during times of flooding, heavy rain, which causes damage of crops. Farmers are left with nothing. All their hard work goes to waste. So if government of Punjab had saved their tax money, tax revenues, they can help out the farmers. Similarly, they can also help out the industry in Punjab. Due to a recession and economic slump, many industries in Punjab have closed down. Many industrial units have closed down. If Punjab had their money, it could support them. It could give them some money, some financial support, bailout, that would save jobs. So when a company shuts down, when an industry factory shuts down, employees are jobless. They lose their jobs. So if the companies were assisted by the state government, the jobs could be saved. Okay, so some of the money could be used for social services. Disabled people in Punjab can get some benefits. Widowers, they can get some money. Okay, employers could be enticed. The employers, who can come into Punjab, improve or increase their operations, and lead to job creation. It would be easier for Punjab to entice them if they have money. They can give them tax benefits. The employers hire people work there, and they pay income tax, which is going to the government. However, the company itself may not have to pay income tax because Punjab would have enough tax to not collect money from the company for a few years till they get established, but they're hiring people. So the income tax from the employees would be going to the state government. Furthermore, the tax money saved in Punjab could be used for improving skills of Punjabis. Punjabis can get technical skills, right? They can upgrade their education, they can upgrade their skills in different fields. They can also be used for sports. The athletes could be promoted. They would have good facilities, field hockey, track and field, cricket, kabaddi, etc. Good coaches could be hired. So the Punjabis can compete at an international level. Okay, and some money can be used for housing and sanitation. So extra money in Punjab can be used for these purposes, which will lead to development and growth of Punjab and better life for Punjabis. Okay. Now, there are credit rating agencies in the world. Okay, there's a rating agency called Standard & Poor's. There's another one called Moody's. Okay, they give a credit rating to India's debt. Okay, so at this time they have given a mediocre rating to India, a mediocre rating of BBB minus, which is average to below average rating. This rating is due to mismanagement of funds, questionable or poor policies of the Indian government, or inefficiencies in their system. Okay, this has led to a relatively poor rating. So this poor rating leads to foreign investors charging high interest rate on their investments in India. So let's say Canada invests in India, they buy bonds of Indian government bonds. So due to this poor rating given by Standard & Poor's, they have to pay a high interest rate. So at this time, bonds are all 10-year bonds. If India borrows money from somebody, they have to pay 8% interest rate over 10 years. Say somebody has given money to India for 10 years. That entity would be getting money from India at a rate of 8%. So go back, please. The 8% interest rate is quite high. These high interest rates trickle down to Punjabis. So Punjabis are also feeling the effect of these high interest rates. So central government is paying 8%, so they have to charge 8% or higher from the people they are lending money to. So this is negative for Punjabis. Again, this is due to mismanagement, poor or questionable policies of the central government, and inefficiencies in their working. So Punjab again is a victim of these mismanagements. So this is leading to more money coming out of Punjabis' pockets. Now if you move on to the next slide, a World Bank authority has given India a ranking of 142 in form of ease of doing business. So India is ranked 142 out of 169 countries as far as ease of doing business is concerned. So this is a poor rank. It's hard to do business in India. Basically what this is saying is it's hard to start up a business in India. Okay, where Punjabis are looking for businesses to come into Punjab and create jobs, this is a deterrent. A foreigner who looks at this ranking, who's considering in starting up a business in India or Punjab, looks at this ranking, he gets discouraged. He does not invest in Punjab or India because he thinks it's going to be very difficult for me to start it up because of, again, inefficiencies, bad or questionable policies. So he looks at somewhere else. So again, Punjab has become a victim of this poor management. So this management has led to a ranking of 142. So again, Punjab is going to find it difficult to attract foreign entrepreneurs, foreign businessmen because of this poor ranking. So if Punjab was separate, it would have its own policies, like we talk about the politics system, own economical policies, which would be inviting. The ranking would be much better, much higher ranking. So it can attract businesses, it could attract investors, it would attract employers to come and create jobs in Punjab, which is good for Punjabis. Now, if we look at the overall economic benefits of separation, if you look at what benefits Punjab is getting from this separation, you will see it would have full control of its taxes. Now, income tax is leaving Punjab. Okay, this could stay in Punjab, would have own control. They would decide what to do with that income tax money rather than send it outside and let central government of India worry about it. Punjabis will have control over that. Now the idea is to create jobs for Punjabis. Now to create jobs, there has to be, thank you, inviting environment. So labor laws have to be addressed. Punjab would have labor laws that are employer and employee friendly. So employer does not want to hire people who cannot get rid of. If a law of a country says once an employee is hired, you cannot get rid of that. Employer would not want to go there. So Punjab, independent Punjab would have its own labor laws where they can set their own labor policy which considers the interests of both employer and employee. Punjab would also have control of its environmental laws. Malwa region of Punjab is facing, people of Malwa region are facing a lot of diseases, and a lot of those are being attributed to environmental issues, okay? Pesticide, air pollution, fertilizer. So independent Punjab would have its own environmental laws addressing the environment, ecology, and well-being of Punjabis. When factories wants to start up in Punjab, it needs a land, needs a space to start up. So independent Punjab can make it easier for factories or other manufacturers in terms of providing land for them, whether land is leased by the factory or it's actually the land is actually bought by the factory. So independent Punjab would have its own trade policies. We mentioned earlier that Pakistan is right at the doorstep of Punjab. However, the trade is very limited because of India's policies. So Punjab would have its own trade policies. Trade with Pakistan would increase. That would lead to more jobs, which is good for Punjabis. Now Punjab would have its own banking and insurance laws. So banking laws would encourage investment. Interest rates would be lower, which would be good for Punjabis and businesses. So businesses could be offered money to start up a business. Interest rates would be lower. Jobs would be created. So, and also more control over debt service. We discussed earlier that Punjab is paying 7.5 to 8% interest rate on its loan from Delhi. So if Punjab was independent, it can get its loan from somewhere else. It can go to IMF, World Bank, pay much lower interest rate and save money and use that money for development and growth of Punjab. So there are also direct benefits to the citizens of Punjab. See, we looked at that, which are the benefits to Punjab state in general. These are direct benefits to Punjabis. So Punjabis would be paying lower interest rate on payments. Loan payments they have taken to buy a house, to buy a car, agriculture loans will be lower. They would have more job opportunities. It would be easier for them to find a job and look after their families. They would have money in their pockets to spend on healthcare and give good education for themselves and their children. They would have lower inflation. They would have more buying power. Inflation would be lower in Punjab, so the money has more buying power. Okay, and with job opportunities, saving money on interest payments, they would have more personal income. More money would stay in their pockets, and their standard of living would go up. Punjab would get to keep its tax revenue and spend that money on the well-being and elevate the standard of living of Punjabis. Okay, next slide. So overall, there are many advantages of being independent. Punjab has many advantages. So Punjab would have its own constitution, which would safeguard interests of all Punjabis. Indian constitution right now threatens Punjab with regards to language, culture. It does not allow the government of Punjab to work freely. So it would come out of that and have its own constitution. It would have its own tax laws and own tax collection system. Tax laws where tax money would stay in Punjab and be used in Punjab rather than leaving Punjab and being misused. Okay? It would have its own criminal and civil laws, again addressing the well-being of Punjabis. It would have its own foreign policy. It would have relationship with Pakistan for trade purposes. It would have relationship with India even if Punjab is independent, we would still strive for good relationship with India, so we can trade with them, which would create jobs for Punjabis. Okay, so Punjab will also can gain membership to the World Trade Organization. Access to World Trade Organization can provide Punjab with more research, more market, more technology, again benefiting Punjab and Punjabis. Punjab on its own would preserve and promote Punjabi language and culture. Okay, so next slide. Okay, and Punjab would gain membership to the United Nations of organizations where it would have a voice and identity on an international stage. It would have access to peace and humanitarian missions. So if there's trouble in some part of the world, Punjabis can go there with the UNO and assist in peacekeeping. And a disaster in some parts of the world, Punjabis can go there and assist directly. Punjabis can have access to Olympic Games, so Punjabis can participate in international events. Okay, Punjab would have its own currency for international trade, and it would have full control of its revenue and spending. Furthermore, Punjab would also have control of its power. Right now, the power of Punjab comes from dams or thermal plants, very little from solar plants. So if Punjab went on its own, it would have power coming from other sources like nuclear, even solar. Right now, again, that's central government is controlling that. Solar power is being started up in Punjab, but when it's on its own, it would have more control, more access. Right now, power is short. Okay, the thermal plants are not getting enough coal, so there are power cuts. Punjabis are not enjoying power. They're not getting power as liberally. Businesses are not getting power. So all these things distract a company from moving into Punjab. If a company wants to come to Punjab and start up a business, they need a steady supply of power. If they don't have power, they cannot function. So this is a consideration. Punjab needs steady, consistent, reliable, dependable power supply in order for businesses and companies to work there and hire Punjabis. So now independent Punjab would have access to low interest rates like we talked about. They can get money from IMF if need be. They would have control of their own borders. They would be able to control migration, non-Punjabis that are coming into Punjab. Okay, they could be documented, they could be monitored. Flow of drugs across the border could be monitored. Rajasthan produces, I believe, poppy seeds, and there's no border between Rajasthan and Punjab, and this poppy seed is making its way into Punjab. Similarly, UP is growing poppy seeds, and that's making way into Punjab because there's no border control. So if there was a border control, Punjab would have control over that. So some say that the drug supply in Punjab could be due to the poor working of the central government. Central government is looking the other way. The central government authorities like Border Security Force are not doing their job. Okay, that's a suspicion. It's not a proven fact, but it's a suspicion that central government control authorities are not doing their job, allowing drugs to enter Punjab via Pakistan. So the Punjab government would have power to make its own laws that address the interests and well-being of Punjab, Punjabi, and Punjabis, and the economy. Okay, so next slide. Okay, go back. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different issues, a lot of benefits of independence. Okay, some may question there must be some disadvantages as well for independence, right? It's not all good. There must be some things that may not be good if Punjab goes alone. And let's look at those. Okay, one is Punjab would lose its bargaining power. So India is a big country, size-wise, population-wise, market-wise. So India has a sway. It can influence, it can exert its pressure and get things done. It can negotiate. Its negotiating power is higher because of its just the size. Now, I believe that if Punjab presented its case well, there's no reason for Punjab not getting what it wants. If Punjab's argument is convincing and powerful, it can get what it wants. So that argument, I don't think that has much of a merit. Now, the other next point is loss of revenue. Okay, we talk about tax revenue from Punjab going to Delhi, and Delhi sending some of that money back to Punjab. Okay, so that's happening. Some of the tax money is going back to Punjab out of 32%. But Delhi is also giving money to Punjab in form of grants. Okay, so some like sanitation projects, cleaning up projects, education. Delhi gives some money to Punjab for that. Okay, during disaster flooding, there's money coming in from Delhi as well for that purpose. So if Punjab presents its case to Delhi, okay, we're going to do this and that, Delhi can give money for that. Now, what we can say is that, fine, okay, that's true. But there are other sources where Punjab can get money from. USA, Canada, other countries, well-to-do countries, they give money in form of aid to many, many countries in billions of dollars. If a need arises, Punjab can get aid money from Canada, can get aid money from USA. We would like to see Punjab self-dependent and self-reliant and not have this issue, but if it does arise, money is available from different countries. Now, there's a concern that the independent Punjab is a small country, hardly any military, it can get taken over, annexed. Okay? Unlikely India would annex Punjab like they did Hyderabad, because Punjab has gained independence from India. Unlikely India would try that venture. Pakistan, some people say Pakistan might. Unlikely. Pakistan could not enter Afghanistan, which is a neighbor country, and in today's day and age, countries are being watched. Pakistan is being supported by US. Pakistan is getting money from US. Any venture like that, taking over Punjab, is very, very unlikely, because that aid would be cut off, and Punjab and Pakistan would be in trouble. So unlikely that would happen. Civil war may break out. Okay, Punjabis are fighting among themselves for power. Okay, it is a possibility, but we have a democratic system in place already. So there's no real risk for that happening. Okay, people of Punjab have elections every 5 years, so it's unlikely that civil war will break out. There will be an unstable government in Punjab, which is a concern. Unstable government, again, it can happen if there's a minority coalition government. Okay, that can happen even now. It's not a majority government, the government could be unstable, but that is a natural course of democracy, right? Punjab would be a democratic state, and these things happen in democracy, right? These unstable government is not a big deal. It can happen. Next slide. So other thing is Punjab currency would be unstable. Now with Punjab, likely will be a next net exporting country because of its rich supply of wheat and rice and manufacturing. It would be a net exporting country, which is favorable for the currency. Stable government, stable central bank of Punjab would keep the currency stable. Another risk is banking sector will be unstable. A new country has come up, independent country has come up, foreign investors would be a little reluctant and hesitant to invest in the Punjab banking system. Now, Punjab would be a new country. If you look at other countries that have come up, the banking system has survived. Foreign entities like IMF, World Bank would take that into consideration and provide assistance if need be. Okay, another point is that Punjab would lose market share. Goods out of Punjab are going out of Punjab, being bought by Indians. Stuff that is produced in Punjab, like from Ludhiana, Jalandhar, is leaving Punjab and being bought by Indians in other parts of the country. Now, if there's a concern, if Punjab goes independent, Indians, in an act of retaliation, may not buy goods made out of Punjab. It's a possibility, but if the goods out of Punjab are good quality and competitive, there's no reason for Indians not to buy those goods. Right now, Punjab is supplying 40% of India's wheat and 20% of rice. If India does not want to buy that wheat and rice from Punjab, they risk famine. They have to get wheat and rice from other parts of the world, which would be much more expensive for them. It makes financial sense to buy wheat and rice produced out of Punjab. Even if Punjab goes independent, it would have access to World Trade Organization, and it can get a new market supply. It can reach out to new markets. So the goods that may be restricted in India may find their ways to other parts of the world through the World Trade Organization. Other concern is some businesses or employers may leave Punjab. Okay, so some of those may be under threat by the government of India. If you stay in Punjab, we will not look after you, we will boycott you in India if you have a branch in Punjab. It's a possibility, but new businesses can take their place, and Punjab, with its own control, have an inviting environmental condition for businesses. It can attract employers of businesses to take the place of those leaving. Furthermore, those businesses in Punjab are well established, well settled, with the established clientele. No reason for them to just pack up and start somewhere else and have those clients go to some other business, which is a competitor. Okay. Now, it is said that Punjab would be a small country with limited access, limited ability to attract other employers. Now, India, with this size and market, can go to Japan, can go to China, Modi can come to America and attract businesses from there. True, Punjab can also do that. Punjab, like I said, will have control of its own economic policy and be able to attract businesses and create jobs. It can't get worse than now. Right now, Punjab is not hardly able to attract anybody. So if it goes on its own with this economic policies, it can attract other businesses in different sectors: finance, industry, service, manufacturing, agriculture, all different areas. Punjab would be able to attract foreign businesses. Okay, so next step. Okay, now we've talked about benefits to Punjabis if Punjab goes independent. So let's talk about some of the benefits that we will be getting sitting here. Okay, we are the Punjabi diaspora, and we also have some benefits of Punjab being independent. Okay, first of all, it will be easier for Punjabi language to survive. Punjabi language, culture, history to survive. Okay, and we would have a voice and identity on an international platform. Okay, so we'll feel good that we have a voice. We feel some security and sense of involvement in world affairs. Okay, and there will be a place for us to shop. We can still shop, go to Punjab and shop and etc. But it will be cheaper. Goods will be cheaper for the reasons we discussed earlier. Goods will be cheaper in Punjab. Okay, now Punjabi diaspora, by definition, right? Our background comes from Punjab. Our roots are in Punjab. So we have an independent place that we truly call home. Okay. It would give opportunities for Punjabi entrepreneurs to start a business where market will be easily accessible and labor will be cheap. So there are some direct benefits to Punjabi diaspora. And Punjabis can also take benefit of Punjabi diaspora by inviting them to start up businesses, to open up businesses, create jobs in Punjab. So next slide. So in conclusion, India has been controlled by the central government of India, by Delhi, in an outdated model. World is giving birth to more countries. Number of countries in the world is not going down, it's actually going up. So with the independent Punjab, it would have more access, more control as far as the interests of Punjab and Punjabis are concerned. We cannot depend on Delhi to take Punjab forward. We see the condition of Punjab at this time. Things are going to get just worse, not better, in this present situation. Now is the time for Punjab to leave the Indian Union. A Slate magazine, which gets printed out of Washington, USA, it says that smaller countries are better governed, better managed than bigger countries. India is a big country, we must admit. It's got a big size, big population, hard to manage, hard to control. They may say they're doing a good job and all that, right? But on the ground, if you look at the reality on the ground, the best way to manage country is smaller size. We looked at Europe. Europe is a big continent with many different countries, many small countries, which are easier to govern, easier to manage. So Punjab needs to go on its own, needs to have control of its own future. Thanks. Thank you for your time. Okay, thanks.